be heard. Hello again, everyone. This is Bob Grant in a program dedicated to the free and open exchange of ideas and of opinions. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the inaugural program of what I hope to be a long get-together. A get-together where we will be able to share our angst. We will be able to commiserate. We will be able to discuss the stupidity of mankind, the avarice of politicians, and the fact that so many of us are really schlubs. We're schlubs, I guess, because we don't operate together. We're not a cohesive group. We'll do the best we can to steer all of us in the right direction. And I would only steer you in the direction I thought was right. And if I ever thought maybe I gave you the wrong signal, I would correct that. And someone asked me today, if you got to be feeling really good about being back at the great WABC. And I said, of course I do. For many reasons. Not the least of which is, I believe this audience is more attuned to what should be important and what we should focus our attention on than any other audience anywhere. Now, there are many subjects we'll be covering, and I say we'll. I use the first-person plural because, as you know, I don't work alone. People say, oh, you don't have a partner. Yes, I do. My partner is you, the WABC listener. And what a great, loyal audience this is. And I tell you in all seriousness, I tell you without feeling at all self-conscious that maybe I might sound a little too, shall we say, a little too obsequious. But I am proud to be part of the greatest radio lineup, certainly in the history of talk radio. And you know who those great ones are who precede me every day, Monday through Friday, right here on WABC. You know, I have many shortcomings, and I don't try to keep them a secret from you. One of my shortcomings is I want to talk about so many different things that as airtime approaches, as I hear the theme song, I have to decide at the last minute what I want to talk about first. And you know why it's important? Because it sets the stage for what we talk about. And so many people might hear me say something about illegal aliens, might say something about Iraq, might say something about a whole host of subjects, and you think you have to talk about that as well. Well, that's not the case on the Bob Grant program. You are welcome to introduce a subject of your own. But right now, I am aware that police in New Jersey are under orders to ask suspects. I know some of you are not going to believe this, but they are now under orders to ask suspects they arrest for serious crimes or drunken driving this question: are you here legally? That's right. Newark, disgraced by making itself a sanctuary city, is now taking a turn forced upon it by the tragedy of those 3 young people being senselessly executed 2 weeks ago. And this is setting a statewide policy in the Garden State where none existed. Now, they've got a new attorney general there. She's tough. She's smart, and I think she's got more testosterone than a lot of guys. Because Ann Milgram, that's her name, made immigration checks a routine part of police procedure requiring state and local officials to notify federal authorities when they have reason to believe a suspect is in the country illegally. This is a breakthrough. This might give some of us hope. But at the same time, the Attorney General prohibited officers from inquiring about the immigration status of crime victims, witnesses, or persons reporting a crime so that unauthorized immigrants can come forward without fear of deportation. Now, I struggled with that. I thought, well, you know, it's kind of weaseling out, but after thinking about it, it makes sense. Because with our pathetic criminal justice system, it's so difficult to get a conviction that we need credible witnesses. And there may be many illegals who could be a witness and hesitate because they know they too are in this country illegally. Now, the orders which have taken effect, they took effect immediately. They come as questions continue to mount over the handling of a suspect in the recent killings of 3 college students. Now, one of the chief suspects, Jose Laquira Carranza, was an illegal immigrant from Peru. Now, get a load of this. He was out on bail awaiting trial on charges of aggravated assault and child rape. Essex County prosecutors in the state Superior Court said they did not know Carranza was here illegally when bail was set in the 2 cases, which is precisely why Attorney General Milgram yesterday also ordered police to notify county prosecutors and the court if they believe a suspect is not authorized to be here. Now, I don't mean to sound callous, but some good could come out of this senseless shooting. It has forced people who've been resisting doing what I have been suggesting for years. It has forced them to come to grips with something they're not familiar with. You know what that something is? Reality. And that is something that disturbs me perhaps more than anything else. We don't deal in reality. I'll tell you what is in back of most of my concern, and that is the knowledge that the nut jobs have taken over various departments of our lives. What do I mean? Well, you know me. I don't shirk from the third rail. And in just a couple of minutes, I want to talk about the third rail. The third rail. You know what it is? No, it's not talking about race. That's not the third rail. It's not talking about religion. That's not the third rail. I will tell you what has become the third rail. Straight ahead.
Hi, this is Gary Stanley. Usually I'm talking about sports, but today I want to talk about money. Not long ago, I was looking for a loan. I owned a home, pretty good credit. You can't believe the hassle for my bank. 6 weeks, endless paperwork, and then right at the closing, the bank tells me about thousands of dollars in extra fees. I walked out, and I called Equity Now. Equity Now approved my loan over the phone. I closed in 10 days. The rate I was quoted was the rate I got, no hidden fees. Equity Now gave me a great deal. If you're a homeowner and you want a loan for debt consolidation or any reason, call 1-800-692-LEND. Tell them Gary Stanley sent you.
Equity Now is a direct mortgage lender, not a broker. We don't arrange loans, we make loans. We write the checks. Call 1-800-692-LEND. Licensed mortgage banker, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Florida banking departments. Call 1-800-692-LEND.
Equity Now is an M.L. Moskowitz company.
Hey, Dad, it's Jill. As you may know, school is here again. Lame, right? Well, it's 10th grade. It's a whole new ball game. Everyone's going to be watching. A girl's got to look good. Dad, we got to bring our A game. We need to go to Walmart. They have all kinds of stuff I need for, like, no money. Like these cool graphic tees for less than $10. See, I'm looking out for you, Dad. You save money, and I look good. Isn't that what school's all about? Oh, right, and classes and stuff.
All the latest styles, just in time for school. Always at Walmart's low prices. Walmart.
Right now, Office Depot has unbelievable deals for back to school. You'll never pay too much because Office Depot guarantees their low prices. Plus, Office Depot will give 5% back in credits to your child's school for all your qualifying school supply purchases. That's 5% teachers can use for classroom supplies. So not only will you find everything you need at guaranteed low prices, you'll also help your local school. Office Depot, taking care of business and back to school. See store for details.
77 WABC.
Reason number 12 to switch to Geico. Accidents aren't on your to-do list. It's not like you're going, pick up milk, stop by the cleaners, get an a fender bender. Nobody plans to have an accident. But if you do have one, you want the best protection possible. And with 1,800 claim locations across the country, personal service 24/7, and online tracking of your claim every step of the way, nobody stands by you like Geico. Speaking of to-do lists,
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
oh, I almost forgot. Geico would like you to know that here in New Jersey, they've just lowered their rates on car insurance. So chances are you could save more than ever just by going to geico.com and getting a rate quote. Wow, how could I forget that? You could be saving hundreds of dollars. Maybe I have short-term memory loss. Oh, I almost forgot. Geico would like you to know that here in New Jersey, they've just lowered their rates on car insurance.
Check out our new lower rates at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Bob and Jackie Burke from the family who brings you Thumans, the deli best since 1949.
What you doing, Jackie?
Answering FAQs for Thumans.com.
FAQs?
Frequently asked questions like, where are Thumans products made?
People don't know. Thumans is made right here in New Jersey. You can't get any fresher than that.
And?
We're the only full-line deli company that makes everything locally, so our products are consistently fresh.
Right. Well, another question is taste, so...
Taste comes from our lean, hand-trimmed meats, fresh ingredients, and Grandpa Thuman's old-world recipes that we still use today.
Health is...
Great question. Our products are low in fat and sodium. That's why 10 of them are certified by the American Heart Association. We're the only meat company certified gluten-free and...
Bob, here's my FAQ. Don't you have anything else to do?
Yeah, I'll go make a sandwich.
Great idea.
Why don't you make one too? And make it fresher, tastier, and more nutritious with locally produced Thumans, the deli best and all the best for summer since 1949.
Have you been to WABC's Dining Deals page yet? What are you waiting for? WABC has half-price gift certificates to your favorite restaurants. Named after the birthplace of Elvis Presley of Mississippi, Tupelo Grill offers dynamic modern American cuisine in a colorful and energetic setting. Visit WABCRadio.com, click on the flashing Dining Deals button, and buy a $50 gift certificate to Tupelo Grill Restaurant for only $25. Tupelo Grill has superb signature house dishes like the intense crab cakes and the rich steak Elvis. Visit WABCRadio.com and click on the flashing Dining Deals button today.
Another how-to half-minute from the Home Depot.
Oh, I know. We'll redo the kitchen or carpet the den. Of course, I'd love new appliances. I should ask Jerry, but he's so indecisive.
Expand your list of possibilities. Tackle any project now and get special deferred financing store-wide with your Home Depot consumer credit card. So pick your project.
The bathroom. No, landscaping. Yeah. No. Ooh, wait a minute.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help. Offer valid through August 26th in U.S. only. See store for details.
Bob Grant, News Talk Radio 77, WABC.
That's right, WABC. The telephone number 1-800-848 WABC. If you prefer to play the numbers game, it's 9222. And we've got Joe, we've got Staff Sergeant Jason, we've got Dave, we've got a whole host of people waiting on the line. And we'll get to all you folks, but right now on the line is Steve Adubato. And what a pleasant surprise to hear from you, Steve.
Bob, let me turn it around. What a pleasant evening to kick it off listening to you. It is, and I know I speak for all sorts of people in the listening audience, that I'm thrilled that you're there. I'm thrilled that you have this slot. It's a great move by the station. As someone who for the last couple of years has contributed to the station on political commentary, subbed when I can, the idea that you're there from 8 to 10, I know that you're going to guarantee a spirited, candid debate and dialogue. In the past, we've gone back and forth. I've always learned from you, even if we haven't always agreed, and you're always a gentleman and you're a class act, and I'm just excited about you being there. I'm not even going to get into the sanctuary city debate about Newark and the illegal immigration thing. We'll do that at another time. More than anything else, Bob, I know I'm going to be the first of many to say congratulations to you and to WABC, because this is going to be a great marriage.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. I read your column. I've seen you on your many television appearances. You have become Mr. Ubiquitous. I see you so many places, Steve. How do you do it?
Well, I'm actually on my way over to MSNBC, and I don't want to pull anyone away from the radio audience. We're doing a segment tonight at 9 o'clock, but on my way in, I just thought, let me call, and I have to tell you, Bob, while I love the TV work I do and the writing for the Star-Ledger, more than anything else, you, not just Sean Hannity, but so many other people, you gave the bug to. I mean, the radio, the talk radio bug. And you taught me a long time ago that you can get people engaged and involved in a very intimate way that you can't do in any other medium, and you're doing it again now. And so, you know, I'm excited, and I look forward to having more discussions with you on substantive issues, but tonight I just really wanted to say congratulations, and I just think it's a great thing.
Thank you very much, Steve. We'll be talking, of course.
You got it. Have a great night, Bob.
Okay. Steve Adubato. Star-Ledger columnist, and very proud of New Jersey. Very concerned. He cares a lot about his home state, his hometown, and he has a point of view which, in many cases, is not the same as mine, but that doesn't matter. Let's say hello to Joe, checking in right now on WABC. Joe.
Hi, Bob. I'd like to say also, welcome back home. When my days changed considerably after you left the station several years ago, and I did everything I could, including speaking to your current station manager, who happens to be a friend of mine, Tim McCarthy, to try to get you back as soon as possible. I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but you're back, and I'm happy to hear you.
Well, Steve is in a... I mean, Tim is in a different capacity right now. We have a new guy to me, and what a great guy. I mean, he made coming back home, even more desirable on my part.
Yeah, but I had his ear, and you were my favorite talk show host, and I spoke to him about you, and I just couldn't wait to get you back, and it's almost like a miracle. I'm glad to hear you. You know this, I'm a 24-year veteran police officer, and I've spent an extensive amount of time on both sides of the United States of America. Very familiar with the illegal immigration problem, especially in the state of New Jersey, which in my opinion has a disproportionate amount of illegal aliens due to the fact that we pay very high. The pay is much higher here than it is in the border states. This whole issue about what we're going to do about individuals that commit acts of violence and or DWI arrest, and we just notify ICE, to me that doesn't have any teeth, Bob. It doesn't have enough teeth because we used to do it anyways, and it didn't really matter because you'd call up and they'd say, okay, thank you. What we need to be able to do as law enforcement officers in the state of New Jersey is actually have concurrent jurisdiction with the federal law enforcement agencies and actually start the deportation process when we come in legal contact with somebody that is in our country illegally. And until we're able to do that, we're never going to be able to get a total grasp, at least in the state of New Jersey. But I also say that it should happen throughout the entire United States of America. And this may be the start, but that's what has to happen. And I would also say that if local law enforcement in the United States of America actually is able to interact and actually engage this, that you would not have an immigration problem.
Well, you make a lot of sense, Joe. Good to hear from you, and I thank you very much for the call. Let's say hello now to, how about Staff Sergeant Jason from Yonkers, New York? Yes.
Hi, welcome back, Bob. It's an honor to speak to you. And when I heard that you were back, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was in another world. I got to tell you. And it was great to hear Steve Adubato. I know him. I know Mr. Adubato. He's a good man. And
Did you get that? You got that? Did you kill that? You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know, this goes with the territory. And hopefully you didn't hear what that creep said. But it's an old technique that sickies like that guy use. They start out talking like a normal person. And then they say something that reveals that they're not normal at all. Too bad we can't put a guy like that in jail. All right, let's say hello to Steve, checking in right now on WABC. Steve, I tell you what. Yeah, go right ahead.
Now, I just want to say, Bob, I've been following you for years and years and years, and I'm so pleased that you're back on the air. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing because I've always admired your opinions, and it's just fantastic. And I have a question.
Yes.
I just want to know what your opinion, because you're a pretty astute person, and actually, I used to live in your area.
Come on, you don't have to massage me. I'll give you my answer. Okay.
I'm going to give you the question. Hold on. And the question is, what do you think of this Hillary Clinton thing?
What do you mean thing?
Her effort to become president of the United States.
But why do you call it a thing?
Well, because it is a thing.
I really want to know why you call it a thing. Is it because it's Hillary? Do you say the John Edwards thing? Do you say the Barack Obama thing? Do you say the John McCain thing?
Okay. Good question. And I think, unfortunately, presidential elections come down to that. But she's a woman, the first woman running for president. And
I don't consider that important one way or the other. It's no reason to vote for her. It's no reason to vote against her because she's the first woman to ever have the possibility of getting her party's nomination.
I agree with you, and you're very astute in your observations. And I just wondered whether you think she has a chance.
Well, yeah, of course she has a chance. Will I vote for her? Absolutely not. And do I trust her? No. I think she's a very dishonest person. Everything I've ever read about her, everything I know about her, the things that I've been told by people like Dick Morris, who knew her intimately, she is a very deceiving person. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Steve is a very popular name here on the Bob Grant Show, and in just a minute we're going to go to Philadelphia and say hello to Philadelphia Steve. But right now...
Well, New York, here I am again, and I don't have to remind you that summers here are hot, just like Mitsubishi's hot cars and great deals. Because today you can get a sizzling hot 2007 Galant sedan equipped with a 2.4-liter Maybach engine with 30 highway miles per gallon and 6 airbag safety system for 0% APR for 60 months. Or up to $2,000 factory cash rebate. Hot, I'll say. Or get a loaded 2007 Mitsubishi Eclipse with a 263 horsepower 3.8-liter Maybach V6 engine and available 650-watt Rockford Fosgate audio system for 0% APR for 48 months. Or up to $2,000 factory cash rebate. And both the Galant and Eclipse get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. So get off your butt and get into your local Mitsubishi dealership during the Time to Rally event. Because deals this hot don't last long.
Galant APR offer at 60 monthly payments of $16.67 per thousand financed at 0% APR. Eclipse APR offer at 48 monthly payments of $20.83 per thousand financed at 0% APR. EPA mileage estimated. For more hot details, call 1-888-MITSU-2007. Program ends 10-107.
Hey, Mr. Opportunity again. And if you're hearing my voice, that can mean only one thing. It's Honda clearance time. So, say it with me. Lucky you, because that means it's your chance to pick an Accord, a Civic, an Odyssey, or any other Honda you want for a deal that's very sweet. And even though this is summertime, you might want to put a little spring in your step because I don't hang around forever. Hey, it's your money. I'm just trying to save you some of it. The 2007 Honda clearance. I'm Mr. Opportunity. I'm back. And I'm knocking. Clearance ends September 3rd.
You've reached Pierce Incorporated. For Matt Pearson Sales, press 1. For Matt Pearson Accounting, press 1. For Matt Pearson Human Resources, press 1.
At Aflac, we know things are different in small companies. Introducing Aflac for Small Business. With Aflac SB, your small business can have the same Aflac products and service the big guys get at no direct cost to you.
For Matt Pierce in a state of exhaustion, press 1.
To learn more, call 800-99...
Aflac!
Or visit AflacSB.com. American Family Life Insurance Company of Columbus, Aflac.
News, opinion, passion. 77 WABC. Sunday night, the Garden's hidden past will come alive as Al Trotwick reopens MSG's vault.
This time, we dug out some really vintage stuff. Games that haven't been seen in decades. Classic roller derby, World Team Tennis, a Rangers tribute night, 40 years old. The Nixon training camp, circa 1960. And we're just getting started.
Discover lost moments, forgotten footage, and a more diverse garden history than you ever knew existed. MSG's Vault, Sunday nights on MSG.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ripa. 3 in every 10 Americans will be involved in an alcohol-related crash at some time in their lives. My sister was one of them when she was hit by a drunk driver. Fortunately, she survived, but that's not always the case. Each year, more than 17,000 people are killed, and 500,000 others are injured due to someone's senseless decision to drink and drive. Be smart. Drive sober. Call 1-800-GET-MAD or visit mad.org.
Nutritional Therapeutics, the makers of Pro-Patch with NT Factor, manufacture Healthy Curb. Now, most people who have used Healthy Curb say they feel a slimming sensation right from the very first dose. It includes NT Factor, a nutrient complex composed only of food and food components that, according to many medical journals, is the best available anti-aging strategy, along with nutrients that have been approved by the FDA to help with weight loss management. Call this number, 1-888-CURB-320, and they'll give you 2 weeks' worth for free of Healthy Curb. And Healthy Curb will melt the fat away quickly. An amazing product Healthy Curb is because it's totally composed of regular food extracts and does not contain any ephedra, stimulants, herbs, or drugs of any kind. Some users have said they would keep using the product Healthy Curb for the digestive benefits alone. That's right, like an enzyme. They claim no matter what they eat, they never get that full or bloated sensation a lot of people get after eating. So call this number, 1-888-CURB-320. That's 1-888-287-2320, and get your 2 weeks free supply of Healthy Curb today.
Here's an important toll-free number for anyone with more than $15,000 in college debt. 1-866-600-2138.
Go Financial.
I just graduated in May, but I'm thousands of dollars in debt. Can you help?
A federally guaranteed consolidation loan could reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%. I can tell you right now if you qualify. Go Financial.
I've heard that consolidating my son's college loans makes good financial sense. How does your program work?
It's easy. Combining his college debt into a federally guaranteed loan could lower your monthly payments by up to 50%. You'll get an affordable fixed interest rate that may be tax deductible. And there are no fees.
All over America, people are calling Goal Financial to reduce college loan payments by up to 50%. Call toll-free 1-866-600-2138 now for a free consultation. 1-866-600-2138.
WABC welcomes home 44 American heroes to New York City this weekend, hosted by Hospital Audiences Incorporated. All of these soldiers were wounded in the line of duty, defending our country and fighting the war on terror in Iraq and Afghanistan. These soldiers are now recovering at Walter Reed Army Medical Center in Washington, D.C. They'll be attending Broadway shows, seeing the sights, and sailing aboard World Yacht around Manhattan. Join WABC in giving these soldiers A hero's welcome to New York City.
Hey, Nancy Pelosi says even if the troop surge is a success, she still wants the troops to come home. Now, whatever you do, don't question her support of the troops. More tomorrow on The Sean Hannity Show.
All right, we're forging ahead here. Every day, in case you just tuned in and you're wondering, who is that guy? Who is that masked man? It's me. It's Bob Grant right here on WABC, where I belong, where I've always belonged, and where you belong. And the telephone number, of course, is 1-800-848-WABC. Before I get back to the telephones, and we have Steve from Philadelphia on the line, I read the summary of reports on what is going on, truly going on in Iraq, and what are the chances for a successful pullout. Now, by successful, that would be we get everybody out all right. We don't leave too much of our material there. We've lost a lot as it is. And that stuff costs money. We get everything out, and more importantly, the guys out. And what startled me was that, now please pay attention to this, 16 intelligence agencies were in this study. Why do we need 16 intelligence agencies? I thought we had the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. I thought we had the NSA, the National Security Agency. I thought we had the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I thought we had the Pentagon, military people who are charged with doing analysis. But 16? Do we really need 60? And if we do, then perhaps 16 isn't enough, because we haven't done a good job. All right. Steve from Philadelphia, you're on WABC. Welcome to the Bob Grant program.
Fabulous hearing you again, Bob. I've missed you very immensely. Are you living back in the area, or are you in Florida still?
No, what do you mean, part of the area? What?
I thought you were living in Florida for after.
Everybody else thought I was living there. No, I wasn't living there. I wouldn't want to live there.
Excellent.
I have a home there, and I go down there, but no, I like to move around. Okay.
Okay. The previous guy asked you about Hillary. I wanted your opinion on Rudy. Specifically, if you are comfortable with his position on immigration. What troubles me so much is even the illegals that are here that have children suddenly become citizens, and that whole issue is never addressed by any candidate.
Yeah, but no candidate can do anything about it. What we can hope for is that the Supreme Court, and they are studying this, that the Supreme Court will declare that it is unconstitutional. It might have to be done that way, but one single candidate, there are those who think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous just because somebody sneaks across the border, has a baby, and immediately that baby is a citizen. No, we've got to change that. Now, you start talking about Rudy, and all of a sudden you're talking about something else.
Well, I didn't know if you were comfortable with his position on immigration, including an issue like anchor babies.
No, what's more important is, am I comfortable with him? The answer is yes. We need a decisive, no-nonsense leader. He has proven that that's what he is. He has done things in New York that other mayors said they were going to do. Some never said they were going to do it because they didn't think they could. Even Ed Koch, as dynamic as he was, did state that Rudy did many things he didn't think could be done. So don't focus on one little issue of a guy's past. Just focus on the man himself. And Rudy, it would seem to me, is the right man for this time. Thank you very much for the call, Steve. Let's say hello to Al. Al, are you there?
Yes. Hello, Bob. Welcome back. I'm very pleased. And I just want to say that what you spoke about reality, and you even talked about that when you first started. Next month makes 37 years you've been on New York radio, and when you first started, and I heard you, and I said, this is a man after my heart. You had said things that I was aware of, and I was wishing more people were aware of what you had said, what you were saying. And yes, and I love this country so much that it really pains me to see the way things are going, and if things don't change, I hate to say it, Bob, it's all over.
Right you are, and I appreciate the call. Good hearing from you. And I think that gentleman was calling from East Rutherford, if I remember his voice. All right, here's Mark. Mark from Grand Central, New York. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Yes, the old Mark from Portchester. How are you, Bob? I'm sure you're great. I'm sure the Rio Diner's great, and the lovely Josephine is great. It's out. I know there's a God in heaven because Bob Grant is back on WABC.
Hey, I like that. And by the way, the lovely Josephine is fantastic.
Outstanding. That's what I want to hear. It's about time in Newark is finally, or New Jersey is finally asking the status of these maniac gang member killers. And Bob, I know race is always a contentious issue on the talk show. I know how WABC is. I want to mention Jesse Jackson. He's going to be having a march on the 28th against gun stores all across the country. And I just want to, I've called you on a...
Well, you see, this is why he's a political moron. If he really believes that it's the gun stores that are the enemy, and that the people who use the guns are inconsequential, then he's either dumb, and I don't believe that's the case. He's not dumb. As a matter of fact, he's smarter than most people because he's the one that gets the payoff. He's the one that is on the receiving end of the payoff, and the schnooks all over, they pay him off. I mean, he's been doing great. So what can I tell you except let him march on the 28th? Yes. Maybe he needs the exercise.
But on the other issue of the illegal immigrants, especially MS-13, there are gangs in California and across the country that kill these kids because they were black. That's an issue he's never raised with his rainbow folk.
Well, I don't know if they kill them because they're black. They kill them because they're in their neighborhood, maybe. There might be a racial component, but no one has brought that up. You're the first person I heard say that those vicious people, the Carranzas and the people like that, who kill those kids in the Mount Vernon schoolyard, did it for racial reasons. No one has brought that up.
Police Magazine is a magazine I subscribe to. They've done major studies on gangs of culture, and there's a special gang, the 210th Street gang or something like that in California. It's never brought up, but it's definitely a possibility, and I would like to see if Jackson's really true to his colors, no pun intended, bring that up, and because his brown skin or so-called coalition of people, these guys didn't care, and he's a phony, and on the 28th America, go out and buy a gun and some ammo. I love you, Bob.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if he's tying that date in, because that was the date in 1963, when Martin Luther King made that incredible speech in the nation's capital. It was August 28th, 1963. The I Have a Dream speech. Maybe Jesse will also make a speech on the 28th. I can hear him now. I have a scheme. Anyway, straight ahead.
It seems the Midwest just cannot get a break this week. In the Chicago area, winds and concern about a possible tornado had the control tower at O'Hare shut down for 15 minutes. In West Chicago, the roof collapsed at an industrial building. Police Commander Mike Uplegger says 40 people were hurt, though none seriously.
The weather came through. The damage on the roof is wind-related, weather-related.
Homeland Security Secretary Michael Chertoff went to see some of the flooding for himself today in Findlay, Ohio.
The good news, if there is any good news, is apparently no loss of life, which is the most important thing. People did get out, and there was some heroic work by the responders in making sure people were rescued.
But that wasn't the case everywhere, with the flood death toll now in the Midwest up to 27, as they have found the body of a teenage cross-country runner in Oklahoma City who tried to cross a flooded trail and was swept away. In Mexico, we now have a death toll of 8 from Hurricane Dean. That storm managed to miss all of the major cities, and though powerful, was narrow enough to keep the damage and the death toll down. I'm Gil Gross, ABC News.
New Yorkers, we know a great deal when we see one. Whether it's on a street corner in Midtown or at a flea market upstate, we can spot a deal a mile away. For a limited time, during the Subaru model year-end clearance, you can spot a great deal at your local Subaru dealer on all 2007 Subaru models. Get up to $2,000 customer cash, plus special sign and drive programs and low-rate financing on select models. Plus, the safety of all-wheel drive comes standard with every Subaru. Not to mention, Subaru has the most fuel-efficient fleet of all-wheel drive vehicles on the road. So not only do you get a great deal, but you'll save at the pump, too. Now that's enough to make any New Yorker crack a smile. And that's why, in our opinion, Subaru is the official car of New York. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Visit your local Subaru dealer, where right now during the model year-end clearance, you can get great deals on all 2007 Subaru models.
77 WABC.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
If you're like most people on the road, you make frequent short trips and drive in stop-and-go traffic. That means you're destroying your motor oil. AutoZone wants to remind you to change your oil every 3,000 miles. So now, for a limited time at AutoZone, get 5 quarts of Pennzoil conventional motor oil and a Fram oil filter for just $12.99. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Protect your car. Get to AutoZone today.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
And now for the bonus round. If this little piggy went to market, how much milk did it buy?
4 gallons?
Correct. If a tree grows in Brooklyn...
A weed is cut in Staten Island.
Correct. How much gas do you use renting movies from Netflix?
None.
Correct! Netflix. Now there's 2 ways to get movies. DVDs in the mail fast and instantly on your PC in as little as 30 seconds. Netflix. It's that easy. 5 movies for $5 a month.
Restrictions apply. See terms of use for start time and 5 for 5 details.
It's someone you know. Someone who's lost a step, given up a game, or simply scaled down their expectations. A parent, a sister, a neighbor, or maybe even you. Someone who counted on the fact that the energy for living would always be there. That's the person who can appreciate the benefits of Pro-Pax with NT Factor the most. Hi, this is Dr. Ronald Hoffman, and that's why I endorse this product. More than just a super multivitamin, Pro-Pax with NT Factor is a complete nutritional program, and it's the only supplement I know that restores and replaces damaged cells. In fact, clinical studies prove that Pro-Pax with NT Factor reduces fatigue as much as 40%. Just 2 multi-packs each day does the trick. And since Pro-Pax with NT Factor is made only from whole food and food extracts, you know it's safe. To learn more, click on Propax.com or call 1-877-2-PROPAX. That's 1-877-2 PROPAX. Pro-Pax with NT Factor. How do you feel?
Available at Vitamin Shop, Wilner Chemist, Mrs. Green's Natural Markets, Fountain of Vitality, and the health shops of Central New Jersey.
Hi, I'm David. And if you're waking up in the middle of the night to urinate like I was, then you'll want to take advantage of this risk-free offer. If you have sexual dysfunction or pain, burning, or dribbling during or after urination, then you may have a condition known as benign prostate enlargement. This is potentially serious and may only get worse with age. So if you're taking saw palmetto to help support a healthy prostate, then you should know that research points to something more powerful. It's called beta prostate, and its primary ingredient contains 3,000 times more concentration than ordinary saw palmetto. You'll find the results that you're looking for. Remember, it's 3,000 times more concentrated than ordinary saw palmetto, so it works better, and it's healthy to take.
For your risk-free trial of Beta Prostate, dial 1-800-275-1159. That's 1-800-275-1159. Try Beta Prostate risk-free. That's 1-800-275-1159.
Bob Grant, Talk Radio 77, WABC.
That's right, 77 WABC. Monday through Friday, from 8 until 10, spread the word. Okay, let's go to Waldwick, New Jersey, and welcome Bill to WABC. Hello, Bill.
Hey, Bob, welcome back. I
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you at the Rio Diner again.
All right.
Hey, I just wanted to send our old buddy pal Mario a salute, if that would be okay.
I guess so. Sure.
I'd like to sing it, if possible.
Well, all right.
Here we go. Mario, send me, du se propria noc facim.
And he is.
Welcome home.
All right, thank you. And more and more people are seeing Mario and I together in that montage on ESPN television. The Bronx is burning. And I'll bet you Mario has seen it and said, "What? I got to be on television with Grant?" Because I know he despises me. All right. From Yonkers, Steve, are you there?
Hey, Bob, how are you? Welcome back. I want to commend Phil Boyce for being part of bringing you back. And I knew that as soon as Disney was out of the picture, I'm almost positive one way or the other you'd be back. And I listened to every one of your substitutions. And you met my son, the intern, down here, autographed my book and took a picture with him on your first day when you substituted for John Gambling.
Oh,
my son, Stephen.
Uh-huh.
The tall guy. He's back in college in St. Leo University in Tampa, and I told him of the good news, and he said to say hello to you. When he comes home for Christmas vacation, he'll bake that cheesecake that he promised you.
That's right, he did.